lovely morning outside.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. It's one of those mornings that you think, geez, it can't get better than this. But 2 days ago, it was hectic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Scary.
You were quite scared at a certain stage.
I was really scared. What evening was that? Sunday.
Monday or Tuesday evening. Yep.
Monday evening or
Yeah,
somewhere.
somewhere.
I was really scared. The wind was gusting outside. It sounded like it was going to lift the roof of the house. It was really bad. I didn't even want to go to sleep. I said to Jan, I think I'm going to stay awake. We only went to bed at about 11 o'clock.
That's right.
I just couldn't get myself to go to bed because we live in a double-story house, and in our rooms, it sounds 100 times worse than it does downstairs. So at some stage, I was contemplating sleeping in the garage, just so that I can't hear the wind. The wind really makes me, it upsets my soul. I don't like it.
And this comes just after we had that massive earthquakes in Turkey and Syria.
Yeah.
Where I think it's about 35,000 people dead already down there. And then we were hit by what's that, cyclone hail. The previous one, 2 weeks ago.
Was it a cyclone?
Oh, whatever, weather storm hail or something like that. I don't know what they call them these days.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
So
and then within 2 weeks later, we had this cyclone Gabriel. So interesting that they give cyclones always female names, eh?
Well, then it's Gabrielle, not
Gabrielle. Gabrielle. Oh my goodness.
No, it is. It was really bad. And we were actually lucky, if I can say it like that. Tauranga wasn't hit that hard. There are places that they didn't have power.
But that has been rectified, or nearly all of that has been rectified now. So how can I say we're back on the board again? There's still some areas that has had some slips. I was looking at the chart now, and there's quite a few roads that's still being closed down there. Coromandel is totally closed.
Yeah, the rest of the country, like the Coromandel,
it looked like we were lucky, eh?
We were really
lucky.
Yes. Someone asking if we felt the earthquake. I didn't feel it.
No, I didn't feel it, and it was actually quite a large one. It was a 6.1, but it has been felt. I was speaking to somebody that's down in Havelock North that was caught up there that can't get out, and while we were talking, they were having the earthquake, and he said to me he could feel the shaking. I also saw a few of the people that I know in Wellington that said that their houses shook so that they ran out eventually.
You know, it's so bad. If you can just think for yourself what Napier, the area, Hawke's Bay area, is going through at the moment, and then with the shake as well. It must be devastating.
I mean, those people were standing on the roofs of their houses, and that was all that was out of the water.
It's really bad.
Really, really bad. We've got some footage here this morning, and I'm trying to see if I can share that with you guys. So I hope this works down there. Let me see. Okay, let's see what there this goes. Let's see where we can just get it to start. Unfortunately, they don't tag every area where this was.
Must be Napier.
Some of that is in Coromandel as well, and they've got Karangahaki Gorge as well on there, which is just around the corner from us.
You can't actually, when you see it, you
At
can't
least 2,500 people had to
on
be
some
evacuated.
videos, they show, look at this one.
This one,
They show how the road actually moved because of all those trees that were...
That is a massive problem in New Zealand, is these logging. That is just logs left over and not being removed by the logging company. Somewhere along the line, they're probably going to each other through fines.
And if you can just think how much work it's going to take to fix that bridge so that people can actually...
And there's some areas that has been totally
been
cut off, but they are going to fly some water in this morning. I mean,
after the
think about
Wairoa
that.
River overflowed
Flying
its banks,
water into
most of the power in the northern Hawke's Bay town was restored. But the town's 8,000 residents still do not have access to phone
this
service,
is not my
have
video.
just
I've
enough
got
food for
to
one day,
put it out there.
and have enough drinking water for 2 days.
So I don't know who took it, but credits to them, and good for them to compiling this, because this is for all over New Zealand.
You know what the worst for... there's a lot of work going on at the moment, but the people
The
say we
Wairoa
watch
District
the
That's a current-
Council
sorry,
is
that's a
using
current
satellites
Gorge
to
current thing.
communicate with the rest of the
We were
globe.
riding bikes.
Today, an
about
Air Force plane will
Thursday. We were
conduct a
riding a
damage
week ago.
assessment
We were
flight over
riding
the
bikes
town
where
it was
that stream
flying
is now.
over.
Can't believe it.
Can't believe it.
The people in Hawke's Bay telling you how they saw the animals drown, their cows and their sheep and their horses. It must be
There's another bridge
really
coming.
devastating.
According to
Yeah,
the
I think
Hawke's Bay
the worst
Civil
thing is to
Defense,
see your
a woman
pigs go.
died overnight at
You guys that came
Viljoen,
from South Africa
which
have
is
to
located
leave
in the
pigs
northern
behind.
part of Hawke's Bay,
I
after a
think
bank crashed
leaving
into
that
her
pig
home.
behind, but that pig is still
In
alive.
other regions,
That
such as
was
Tarawidi,
that was
Hawke's
worse,
Bay,
very
and
very.
Tararua
That
on
was
the
worse for
eastern
me. But I
coast,
mean, now you
and
see this pig
Dargaville,
drowning in
Murawai,
front of your eyes.
Piha,
Oh, your
and
I
Kerker in
read
the
a
western region. Thousands of people have
post
been
on
forced
Facebook
to
last night from a
evacuate their
lady that I
homes.
know in Hawke's Bay. They had to evacuate their house because it was flooding and her cat was still somewhere and she still doesn't know where her cat is. So just that feeling, it's like almost like leaving your kid behind. It's really bad.
And I saw at least one of the helicopters rescued a guy from his roof plus his 6 dogs, but he had 8. He said eventually 2 just slipped into the water, were gone. So, yeah,
It
Met
is
Service
so
forecast
terrible.
that New Zealand's
And
central
you know what
region
the
will be
thing
affected
is? I
by
was
heavy
talking
rain
to
through
another lady
Thursday,
that's
which
helping
will
with the
also be
rescue
accompanied
work
by
there
strong waves
yesterday.
along the east coast.
That guy didn't see
As
it
Cyclone
coming.
Gabrielle
He
makes
showed him
landfall
the
on the
grizzly
North
wind.
Island of New Zealand,
And
the
she,
government of New Zealand has
what
declared
did
a
I want
state
to
of
say now?
emergency.
Oh,
You
she
can
said,
name her. I don't think
Trying to get a less
Denise said,
waffly
you know,
video.
this is not like it was a tsunami. This is just
It's rain,
rain.
yeah. It's just rain, guys. It's
And
not.
So that
people
people can
drown
see.
from
I think it's
rain.
4 dead already
Cyclone
now.
Gabrielle
It
pummeled
is
the North
really
Island
bad.
of New
And a
Zealand
lot
on
of people are
Tuesday,
missing,
knocking out
not
power
only
to
in
tens of
Hawke's Bay, but
thousands of
also in
households and
Auckland
prompting
are
the government of
trying
New
to
Zealand
rescue
to
other
declare a
people
national
with
state of
landships and
emergency for
stuff.
the
So
third
people are
time in the
missing.
country's
We
history.
lost a firefighter.
Wind gusts
We
of
had
more than 140
currently
kilometers per hour,
he's in hospital, but they
87
say
miles
he's
per
recovering.
hour,
He's
were reported
badly
along the
hurt, so,
coast, and waves that
um,
reached heights of up
this
to
is
11 meters,
devastating
36
scenes.
feet high, were seen off the
Somebody just
shore of
saying
the
living
Bay
in
of
Florida,
Islands.
USA, I know what you're
I
talking
know.
Just
about.
collected the
You know,
stairs
when
that
the wind was
have washed onto the grass,
being so
so the stairs started going
loud
to the house.
I said to Jan, can you just
Maybe this
imagine what it
property
must
over
feel
there.
like? Those people in America that live in
According to
these
Prime Minister
areas where
Chris
you have
Hipkins,
to
the
actually
extent of the
leave your house
catastrophe
and
didn't
seek
become clear until Tuesday
shelter
morning, when the
from a
population began to
tornado.
awaken.
Somebody
In
just
just
saying,
a
stay
few weeks'
safe,
time,
pray for our
Auckland
kids
and the upper North
everybody in New
Island have been
Zealand.
battered by not
We're
one
saying
but two
we're
big
living in
meteorological
landing in
events.
April. Hope the weather will be okay
The
by
most
then. We
recent
also
of
hope so
these
because
is
we
the
still need
cyclone.
summer. Summer hasn't yet
I
happened.
think we must just make peace with the fact that we're not going to
have
have
a double winter.
At least it is not cold. Although on Monday it was so cold that I was wearing socks and we had the heat pump on.
A record amount of
that was just for
rainfall
one
fell
day.
on Auckland
And the
and
next day
places
when the
surrounding
wind
the
stopped,
Montrose, causing
was like
floods that ultimately
tropical
claimed the
Durban.
lives of 4
This
people.
is weird weather. And
This
yes,
most
you
recent
are right. Someone
catastrophe
saying
has
that
resulted in the
this is
declaration of a
Somebody said
national
it's
state
the
of
worst storm in New
emergency for the
Zealand
first
history.
time since the
I
Christchurch
think
earthquake in
presumably for the last
2011 and
100
the
years.
COVID
Yeah.
pandemic in 2020.
And it's so sad. We were all thinking that Auckland's going to be hit the hardest, and it was hit hard. But
not
we
that on
didn't
this scale.
expect, and we
No.
didn't expect that Hawke's Bay
That was
was
a big
going
one.
to be hit like that. Where is she now,
Oh,
Gabriel?
Gabriel, no, she's probably, I think it's in the Solomon
Yeah.
Islands or something this morning.
Okay, did she leave New Zealand?
No, it's a female name. They never stop causing crap.
Overnight, 150 members of the New
So,
Zealand
yeah.
Defense Force
I would
joined
love to know
efforts to
if somebody knows
evacuate
why
the
they give
inhabitants of
cyclones
regions where
female
rising
names.
water pushed some
There's
homeowners
different
onto their
theory around that,
rooftops
but
and
I'm
give
not-
supplies to
I-
those who
Okay.
needed to leave their homes.
Unpredictable and wet.
Tens of thousands of individuals are without power,
Okay.
and mobile phone coverage is spotty in
They
certain
reckon when a
regions.
cyclone leaves
As a
you,
result,
takes
it is
your
difficult to
house,
coordinate
as when
emergency
white leaves,
services
also
and
takes
make
your house.
contact with people who have been trapped.
So yeah, we just want to say to everyone that is being hit,
Still
Why
living
this
over the bridge,
cyclone?
but only just.
you are really in our foot.
As we know, a lot of people have been rescued by helicopters. Yesterday when I spoke to somebody down on the ground in Havelock North, they said there were 32 helicopters currently in the air down there.
Yeah, he said that it at the
Main part
moment
of the
the
route
feeling
through
around
Wairoa.
that area is kind of what it was like
According to a statement made by the
Christchurch, yeah.
Meteorological
I think
Service on
He was also
Facebook,
there.
some villages and areas were
he
cut
said
off
it's
from the
just
rest of the world.
sirens and police
There
and
have been over
ambulances
30
and
state highway
helicopters.
closures in addition
Can
to the
you imagine
suspension
what
of
it
air,
must be like? I
sea,
would be
and rail travel
so
over most of
Our
the northern
contact
portion of the
in
North
Napier
Island.
at the Little Dias, she works for civil defense, and she has confirmed last night that basically all the roads leading out of that area is closed. But the New Zealand government, except that they've sent all these helicopters and stuff in there, they're also sending a massive ship this morning to Napier.
Okay.
You know, the last time that there was a ship sent to help
Due to the high winds on
was
Tuesday,
the earthquake.
Air New Zealand cancelled all domestic
Well, actually, the
flights to
ship
and from
was there when
Auckland
the
Airport,
earthquake started.
amounting to about
Heartbreaking,
55
you know.
total
It's
departures
terrible,
and
guys.
arrivals.
It's
And your
terrible.
house is just
According to
totally
the
gone.
Meteorological
It's just
Service,
gone. There's
Napier
nothing to go
Airport,
back to.
a region
It's really gone.
Yeah, there was a few can I say a few pictures of what's happening currently in New Zealand, and it's not good news out there. The bigger problem is the aftermath, the cleaning up. This is going to take, I want to say, years
To fix.
Yes. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
the most important part now, point one, is to get the water out. Once the water is out, the next important part will be to start rebuilding the roads. Because without roads, you can't bring food to people.
Yeah.
I actually heard last night, I think it's Wairoa, if that's a little town called
that is.
Wairoa. They were going to have the biggest barbecue, and this is Kiwis, guys. I think we South Africans should show them we can do better. Going to have a barbecue in that little town because they're totally surrounded by water. They've got nothing coming in or out. There's
And they
no
said
roads
that there's
left.
enough food left for one day, I think.
Probably enough food
And
for
water
for
for
what?
2 days.
Yep. So they're going to have a barbecue, or they had a barbecue last night. I wondered how that was. They're going to do a barbecue for 3,000 people. So they said they are either going to barbecue until everybody's been fed, or they're going to barbecue until the food's up. Not a good idea, but I think this morning they'll probably fly some food in with helicopters and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh my word, yeah. I wonder if it's still raining in Napier. Do you think everything's over?
No, I think the most is over, but presumably the weather last night said that they expect more winds and rain today. So it's piling up. I spoke to somebody in the Coromandel yesterday, and they organizing a boat called Waka Kai. The Waka means canoe, Kai means food.
Okay.
And you can order your food from, I think, New World
Okay.
in Whitianga, and they'll deliver this to every area on the beach down there.
In the Coromandel.
In the Coromandel.
Yeah.
They're also doing a rescue effort, or not rescue effort, a food effort to a certain stage. And I've seen this morning, he wrote on Facebook and said, don't rely on the times that New World gave you for us to be there. And he gave the times that they will be there with the boat. So everywhere, there's all these incentives and initiatives and people just grabbing this rescue effort and making it their own. And
you know what? Jan and I was talking about it last night. In New Zealand, it kind of feels like if something like this happens, it doesn't matter if you are in Auckland and it happens in Invercargill or whatever, because New Zealand is such a small island and the community is so close-knit, it really get to you. It's like you feel this is your people. Doesn't matter how far you are apart, everyone just wants to help. It's not like in other countries where it's a huge country, when something happens in the north, you don't even know that it's happening in the south. You know what's going on and it really gets to you.
Yeah. Brian just saying, has been a wild summer so far. Yeah. Trevor Roos saying, good morning, everybody. Never lose perspective. New Zealand might be inhabited by people with world-class infrastructure. It remains the most remote island on Earth. I fully agree, Trevor. We're far away from everything. But the nice thing about this is people still going out there. We were actually asking if we can come down to Napier last night, but there was no way that we could go through. The roads are closed. We thought even if we just go and cook some food for somebody down there, it would have been a help.
Yeah.
Good morning to Vanita, and good morning to everybody else who said good morning, and somebody saying evening. So probably that's from South Africa. So what else do we have there? Good morning. Or hi, Benny from Gauteng.
Yeah.
So,
but I just want to say, don't let this unexpected disasters.
But the nice thing about this is not man-made.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about
There's nothing
it.
to do about this, but it's going to get better.
Really, we have been here for 5 years now, and I think this is the worst that the worst thing that ever happened since we were here. Which is natural. There was that shooting in Christchurch.
There was one guy.
Yes, it was really bad, but I mean, it was not a natural thing. It was something that decided to kill people.
Somebody just asking, how is it in the far north? In the far north, there's some roads closed as well. There's also been a little bit of flooding, but I think at Napier, Hastings, Havelock, that area bore the brunt of the force down there. Yeah, yes. And it looks like they're still in for a bit of a crappy day today. So let's hope for the best and hope that's over for them now. So
yeah, at least when it stops raining, then you can start. Or then you just feel a little bit more in control than when it's just raining all the time.
I spoke to people in Kataya the whole time that the storm was on.
That's far north.
That's far north, yeah. We kept contact with each other the whole time that we could. They were without power for a certain stage. And I know in Whangarei as well, there were large power losses down there, but presumably that's back on. The people in Kaitaia just said to me that they've never heard the wind howl like that. And they've got a refrigeration business down there, and they couldn't move really from their premises in Kaitaia to the neighboring areas because that was cut off by water. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's been hit hard everywhere. I think Auckland also had a lot of damage. I see areas like Muriwai and those areas.
They say 250,000 houses without power or something.
That was,
last heard. Yeah, so they were also hit really hard.
The biggest concern about being without power is especially the one area down in Hawke's Bay. That specific transformer blew up because it was submerged in water the whole time. And that serves a line all the way from Taupo down into Hawke's Bay. So it's a large part of the country that the transformer will serve. And I reckon could be up to 7 days or so that they don't have power now. So let's hope that it can be rectified soon. So
yeah.
So what good has come out of the storm?
I think the only good that came out of it is just seeing the community once again getting together and just be there for each other. It is amazing, I must say. There's the community in New Zealand it's just amazing.
And a few things that stood out for me. I've watched heaps of these videos now just to keep on track of what's going on and so forth. And I started calling some of my clients from yesterday just to find out that they're all right and we can help them. But the big thing that came through to me is one guy was saying he had problems. He was later in waist-deep water, and then he understood this water is going to come up much higher. And he got on top of a container. And while he was on top of the container, he thought, let's call 111. For one another reason, everything was still working. He called the police, and they said, hang in there, we'll send the chopper. And he said, the next minute, the chopper arrived and picked him up and took him away. So,
and you just think how you must feel. I think that guy said he thought he must just, this is the end.
He thought he was going to die. He actually said the water came to the top of the container, and he said he was thinking of swimming from there to the nearest house that he could see, which was quite a way off. And he didn't know if he was going to make it. But luckily, the water didn't come any higher. That's when he thought, let's call 111. And, well, it worked. So I can say something. The rescue effort on the ground, it's a massive rescue effort. It's not a small one. It's not a contained area. It's a much larger scale than what you can really think about or plan for. I mean, this is basically a rescue effort all the way from Kaitaia, Auckland through Bay of Plenty has been all right. Hamilton's been all right. And then most of Hawke's Bay.
Yeah.
So, and we never know how far it will go down still. So, guys, what's your thoughts on this? Give me some ideas. If you are in that area and you can hear us this morning, I know there's not a lot of power now. I've heard that the internet down there is very sketchy. But, Brian's just saying, as bad as things will go, I feel that in New Zealand, there'll always be some form of help from your community or from the government. So that is how people is taking hands. Early on, when was this? Yesterday morning was Wednesday morning early. I saw the guy that's responsible for our area around. He came around to us, but just after 6, picking up all the palm fronds that was blown off. And
yeah, they clear up the debris everywhere very quickly.
Yeah.
If you drive past there and something just happened, when you come back, you can be sure that something would have happened to it. Either pushed to the
I've got to say, and let's call it what it is. They were overwhelmed, and I know there was people calling them out names and saying they're slow. These guys were totally overwhelmed. I mean, you've got only so many teams that can go cutting up trees that fell over roads.
And some of this it's very dangerous work. If you have to cut down trees from a slip.
Except that the ones that fell over the power lines.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not like you can just pick it up quickly.
No.
It's hard work.
Somebody just asking, how will this affect government services like immigration? Wondering if this will make that it'll take longer for visa approval. I don't know. This is a difficult question.
You know what? I
haven't heard that their offices. Where's Vanita? I haven't heard that their offices were swamped or drowned or flooded.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it will impact that, but with everything at the moment, I'm also busy trying to organize an event for the ladies for May and trying to get venues and stuff. And the one is in Napier. And I just didn't get any reply on my email since Thursday. And you know what? Then Talitha just opened my eyes again. There's so much going on at the moment.
Except they don't have internet.
But not only for that, people must just get their heads around this now and just get everything back to normal. So I think we must all just bear with it at the moment and just give them some time to recuperate and just And
the thing is, they will recuperate.
They will.
Yeah. They've always been doing this, and they will do it now.
It will definitely not influence the way that they handle things. It will probably just take a little bit of just give them a gap.
All right, just from Vanita's side, Immigration New Zealand were affected with processing the delayed SMC draw. We haven't had anything official from them yet. Okay.
So
thanks,
the
Vanita.
processing is a little bit slower.
Yeah. So the processing will be a bit slower, guys. So just keep that in mind.
Just bear with them.
Yeah. The worst case, or the worst affected area, Havelock North or Havelock North, those areas, a lot of South Africans at this moment, and my heart goes out to these people. They left home.
I know.
And they were sitting in the city when this happened. So they can't get back to their houses. They can't get back to their pets. They can't get back to their wives or the kids and that type of things. This is probably the worst case scenario. I've heard of a few of them who said they slept in their cars last night.
Yeah.
In front of Pack and Save. So Pack and Save is good for something. You can at least sleep in your car down there. So yeah, guys.
And you know what?
Reach out to each other, please.
I saw yesterday in the I don't know where everyone is staying at the moment. There's a community hall or somewhere where people can sleep. I know the guys, the orchard pickers,
they're all down there.
Yeah. So, and the vibe in that little hall last night when they showed it, those people, it was happy. They were laughing and they were although all of this happened, yes, I think it's just that. Being grateful for being alive.
I saw some of the All Blacks actually took time off and went to the nearest halls, and they walked through and they talked to the people and encouraged them. So yeah.
But it is hard, and I can just think of the people that lost their houses and stuff. Where do you start? I can't even think about
it. Pet's gone.
Yeah.
Luckily, the loss of lives is at 4. One was a child.
Yeah.
I can't say it's a good thing that it's only 4, but I'm glad it's not more than 4 currently. So somebody just saying I got friends in Kerikeri and Paya, and I can't get contact of them. Just keep in mind that probably the power lines is down. Still the cell phone towers are off now.
Yeah.
The internet is gone. I've heard that a lot of people went out and bought some of these Elon Musk's satellites, and they say that stuff has been working like crazy down there. So that's one good thing that happened.
Someone is asking if we know if the roads will be open by the weekend in Napier. I've got no idea.
When I talked to Talita from Civil Defence yesterday, they haven't got a time on that yet, but they said there was supposed to be a notification last night, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, you aren't going to build a bridge overnight. It's not going to happen. So I think they'll bring in some temporary roads or these stuff that the army is using. But the other thing is as well, we've got to keep in mind that those rivers has got to go down before they can do anything really down there. So that could be still another week or so before that rivers are back to normal, if it's not raining again. So
if you are in that areas, and I don't know what we can do, because we can't get there.
I want to say, and I don't know how you guys are going to hear me or how you're going to hear each other, but if there's other South Africans in that area that is cut off, and there's South Africans that can open their home to them, please guys do that for each other. I mean, let's not say only South Africans, let's say each other. Let's help each other. We all a community at the end of the day.
Community.
Yeah, and us with our Kiwi passports, we Kiwis now as well. So we got to help each other, because tomorrow you could be in that situation where you're not, where you need help, and then it's going to be hectic. So yeah, that's a half an hour come and gone. Thanks to everybody who said stay safe, like Natasha. There's a lot of people that said
I
stay
really
safe.
pray that the weather will subside now, so that everything can just be cleaned up, and so that you can just start to rebuild whatever is possible to rebuild. And please, if you want to reach out, even if you just want to cry, we are here, and so are a lot of other people. Yes, I don't actually know what to say. I just pray that everything will go back to normal, as close to normal as possible.
Just somebody saying, good luck, guys. See, it's sunny there now.
Yeah, it's a little bit overcast, but yesterday we had a really good day, so at least the sun was shining and stuff was able to dry.
The weirdest thing about this whole weather, and that didn't impact me in any way, but it was very weird, was the day before the storm arrived, the grey skies we had. It was like, it wasn't the mist,
eerie.
It was grey, it was quiet, really, just hanging there.
The feeling that we had since Sunday, it's like everyone was waiting for the storm to come. It really felt like we were just sitting and waiting for something to happen out, which happened.
And let me be quite frank about this. I don't think the storm is going to be this big. I don't think so.
No.
I thought it's a bit, perhaps they're a bit over dramatic, but I won't doubt them again. I promise you guys. That's all right.
Anyway, take care.
Take care, guys, out there. Stay safe.
Of yourself and of the people around you. And
we'll
just know that you are in our thoughts and in our prayers. Although we can't get to you, we are really praying for all of you.
And we'll chat to you soon. All right.
Bye.
Stay well. See ya.
Bye.